Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is the third part of our SIP protocol video. So earlier we discussed about the cancel and the buy request in our previous slides. Then we have next thing, that is options message. Options message, let's discuss about this. So option message, option header. So it will just enable queries of the capabilities of the user agent server or service, user UASs or server. So it allows a user agent client to discover the supported, like what all are the things it supported. I will show you in the message itself as well. So it allows a UAC to discover the supported like methods, content types, like what are the things which the originating party supports, extensions, what all are the codecs or all other things without bringing the other part. Let me show you in the message itself. So here you can see the options message. So Alice is sending the options. So option means Alice is giving all the things to Bob, like I am having these things. I am allowing these things only. So allow, it's showing like all these things, and I believe you already know about all these things which we discussed in our previous slides. So once there is a options message, then there will be a 200 OK. That is a response as well. You can say 200 OK provides all context known, method supported, languages supported, message body type, and a 486 busy here is returned if the UA is not ready to accept a new request. So now you can see the allow messages there. So well, let me show you the allow message in the previous slide first. So now you can see the allow message. It contains invite, add, options, buy, cancel, refer, subscribe, notify, message, and update. These all are the things which Alice allows. Like Alice is just sending, and then there will be 200 OK message, and then Bob will tell what all are the things I have, and we can negotiate. So now you can see earlier we had subscribe and subscribe and all other messages, we can say subscribe, update, these things, and these messages are not there in this 200 OK. So it is showing allow message only, invite, act, options, buy, cancel, refer, notify, and message. So you can notice the shorter list here. So it is just sending like I have these things only. Okay, now we have prac. This is the most important thing I can say in the SIP. You must have idea about this prac message. This is a very important topic, I can say, and it will be beneficial in your interviews as well. So if you are working on SIP, then you must have an idea about the prac message. So what is prac? So prac is a provisional acknowledgement to a session which is not yet established. It is just a provisional acknowledgement. Prac is provisional acknowledgement. So the main purpose is to acknowledge progress information on a requested process. The invite includes a require header stipulating the UAC, which is wanting a reliable provisional response. I will show you in the message header itself, like how the invite message is showing the require header, supported header in the acknowledgement. I will show you all these things. So once there is an invite from Alice to Bob, it is showing invite with the SDP. SDP means you will be able to just identify if the SDP in the invite message, it means it is an early offer. So now we are discussing about the prac message. Let's stick to that thing. So now there is a invite message from SDP, and you can see how it will allow the prac actually. As you can see, prac is a provisional acknowledgement to a session. So it will not just send the normal messages, 100 trying, 180 ringing, 200 OK. It should send the prac as well. And how it will send the prac? So in the invite message, it should ask for this 100 rel. It is just saying requires. It means invite is requiring 100 rel. 100 rel. Once 100 rel is showing in the message itself, it means it should send the prac message, because invite is requiring something. So once you will be able to see the requires thing that shows 100 rel, it should send a prac. So now you can see it requires that the required message was there, like 100 rel was there. So it is saying 183 session progress, and it is just sending the SDP2. So let's check this one. So it includes an ASEC header, which is the sequence number of the reliable message to be generated by UAC. And why is this exchange necessary? It is just to synchronize both user agents with a multi-step session. It is similar to just an acknowledgement. You will be able to understand this prac message once I will show you the live traces. You will be able to identify all these things, how this prac message is coming, why this prac message is coming. So you can say the prac message is a response of 1xx, provisional response of 1xx message. 1xx means you can say 100 trying, 180 ringing, 180 session progress, or all other things. That depends on the configuration, whether you require a prac message for all 1xx messages or the different type of 1xx message which contains SDP headers, which doesn't contain SDP headers. That things you need to configure on your CUCM as well. So now the prac is coming because there was a 183 session progress, and there is a prac from Alice to Bob. So then there will be a 200 okay of that prac message, because those message should be there, like 200 okay, 183, 180, all those things should be there. But there is one more thing which is added, that is a prac, which like earlier you were not getting any reply of 183, 180 or 100 trying. So now here you are getting a reply of 183 session progress. Like there is a reply of prac message from Alice to Bob. Earlier it was not there. Earlier there was only 183 session progress, and after that there will be 200 okay. So now you are getting a prac of 183 session progress, and then there will be a 200 okay of that prac message. Like you can see in the earlier, now you can see in the prac you have a CSEC number of 314159. Then in the 200 okay, you will be able to see 314159 of that prac message. You can see it 200 okay to the prac is sent by US. Message flows never end with the prac or it's 200 okay. Okay, now we have update message. Like if you want to update anything in between the call, so update, it allows the client to update parameters if you want to update anything like codec or any other thing. And UAC should include allow header indicating support for update. Let me show you in the message itself. Okay, in the invite message, you can see there's an SDP. It means it's an early offer. It means it is showing you the allow. So as we are updating, so that update message should be there in the allow message. So now you can see it here, update is there in that invite message. Once you have that update message, then 180 ringing will be there, like 100 trying 180 ringing with an SDP. And in this SDP ringing is also allowing the update message. After that, you will be able, if you want to update anything, you can just send an update from Alice to Bob. So this is an update message. Now Alice is sending an update. Which update Alice is sending? Like update sent here to change codec from first SDP from G711 to G729. Now you can see in the first invite, in this first invite, it is just showing calls for the codec G711. Now it is just it just wants an update. So what update Alice wants to send to the Bob? The update is just to change the codec from G711 to G729. Calls for the codec G729. So it is just sending an update with the SDP to change the codec from G711 to G729. So this update will happen only when there was an allow message from invite as well as from the 180 ringing, because both are allowing the update message. That's why it is changing the codecs. After that, there will be a 200 okay message from the 200 okay from the update. Like the 200 like update is sending from Alice to Bob, then there will be 200 okay of that update. Then another thing there will be a 200 OK of that invite, because first you send an invite, there must be a 200 OK of that invite. So it sends the 200 OK of that invite message, and then it will just send an acknowledgement, and after that session will establish between these two parties from Alice to Bob. Update can be used after invite has been accepted, but re-invite is preferred to be used. So now we can see the refer message as well later on. So you will be able to see these things. SIP methods update message, it is just allows a client to update parameters, which we already discussed, but has no impact on the state of dialog. It is just as the set of media streams and their codecs. It can be sent before the initial invite has been completed. Yeah, you can see it in the previous example. Invite was not completed because there was not a 200 OK of that invite. So it can be sent before the initial invite has been completed. It may be sent by either caller or callee, like anyone can send, user agent 1 or user agent 2, anyone can send, but it must be allowed from the both sides. Now we have refer message. So we have refer message. Like, what's the use of this refer message? If you want to refer something, let's discuss. So refer message, it's a SIP request from one user agent to invite another to a session. It means it's a three-way calling, Alice to Bob, Bob to Carol. So refer implicitly establishes a subscription with another user agent. So there is a message that is a notify. Notify is required when completed. The refer to SIP header is mandatory in the refer request. So refer to message header should be there in the refer request, only then it will allow. So now you can see there was like here just showing invite message, and then there will be 200 OK and acknowledgement, and session will establish between Alice and Bob. After that, it just wants to refer it to someone else. So there is a refer message. You can see it here. It is just showing refer means re-invite to hold the call, to call hold. So let's just check it. So session established. Now Bob is like inviting another user agent. So Bob sends the invite message, that is a re-invite, like to the Alice to just hold the call. Let me refer it or connect it with the some other user agent. So it will first send the re-invite message that contains like hold, and then there will be a response from 200, response from Alice, that is a 200 OK, like okay, we can hold, and then there will be an acknowledgement. So what it means, there are two ways to put a call on hold. So first one is re-invite with SDP setting A equals to send only. It means if Alice is sending something, then it will just send only. It will not, Bob will not send anything. It is just a send only. And 200 OK will have the reciprocal as receive on. Another message, another request is we can re-invite with SDP setting as the IP address 0.0.0.0. It means Alice can send anything to the Bob. It will not accepting it. Like Alice is sending all the things to 0.0.0.0, not to any IP. It means it is not sending anything to the Bob. Once Alice is speaking something and it is sending something, it will go to the 0.0.0.0. It means 200 OK to this may not have any other indication. So let's move on to the same thing, like Bob will invite someone else. So now 200 OK was there already, 200 OK and acknowledgement. Now Bob will send an invite because Bob is it already sent a request to the Alice to put on hold. Now Bob will invite Carol in this example, and then there will a session will establish invite 200 OK acknowledgement or already there. Session is established. After that, Bob is sending a refer request to Alice, like I'm referring it, I'm referring you to the Carol. So there will be a refer request, refer to Carol, and then Alice will send a reply of 202, that is accepted, means okay, I'm accepting this. After that, so it means it will just send all the things, all the messages. So then there will be an invite, which invite to the Carol, and address is provided by Bob. So Bob provides the address of Carol in the refer message. That's why Alice is sending the invite message to the Bob. So now Bob will then there will be 200 OK and acknowledgement will be there in between those Alice and Carol, and then there will be a session will established. After that, Alice will send a notify request to the Bob, and then Bob will revert with the 200 OK. Okay, I am accepting. Okay, I accepted the notify request. You must have that thing in your mind, like we earlier once we were discussing about refer message. There was a line which was written over there, like there should be a notify request at the end once the session is established from one to the third party. And then there will be a buy session. Buy session is there, like once it sends the to notify message from Bob, Bob will send a buy session to both parties. So Bob is disconnecting. So Bob buy to the session 1 means to the Alice, Bob buy session 2 to the Carol, and then there will be 200 OK buy message from the Alice to Bob, and then there will be 200 OK buy message from Carol to Bob as well. So Bob is disconnected from that call. So now there it was a two-way call. Like you can say, first we were having Alice and Bob in the call, then Bob and Carol was there. Then Bob invites Alice to call the Carol. Like Bob is referring the request. Bob is referring that call, and then Bob just disconnected. So now there is a three-way conference via Bob. So there will be a first invite 200 okay, acknowledgement established. Bob invites Alice to put on hold, and then there will be 200 OK and acknowledgements. Now Bob will send an invite to Carol. There will be 200 OK and acknowledgement from the sites, and then there is a session established. Now it should be a three-way conference. So now Bob will send a re-invite message to Alice. So Bob is sending re-invite message with the session 1. It is resuming the send and receive. Earlier it was send only. So now it is sending and receiving both things. At this point, you can say at this point, both sessions are active in this point. So after that re-invite, there will be a 200 OK message from Alice to Bob, like there will be send receive from the Alice side as well, and then Bob will acknowledge. So now here in this example, Bob is the media mixer here, but he could have pointed to a DSP. Oh, yeah, we can put the DSP as well, but as of now, Bob is the media mixer here. Now we have three-way conference resource. If we just add the conferencing resource as well in between, because earlier the Bob was the media mixer, now we will have the conference resource. So there is the same thing, invite 200 OK, session 1 established, already on hold, 200 OK by, then there will be a conferencing resource as well. If you want to, like, if we want a three-way conference, like all three can talk with each other, then we can add the conferencing resource as well. Like in earlier slide, it was showing like we can add the DSP. So yeah, we are adding here as a conferencing resource. So now Bob is sending an invite message to the Carol. So now it is just on hold. So Bob is sending an invite to the Carol. At this point of time, conferencing resource is not there. So normally Bob is just sending an invite to the Carol. The invite points RTP at CR1. So Carol is sending 200 OK, and then there will be an acknowledgement. Now you can see Bob wants a three-way conference. Now there is a session between Bob and conferencing resource, as you can see, session 2A. Then there is session 2B as well between Carol and conferencing resource as well. And then Bob again re-invite the Alice on that three-way conference call. As you can see it here, it re-invite message is there. It invites the session 1 as this is a session 2A with the conference resource, the session 2B with the Carol and with the conference resource. We'll just send the send receive message. Then there will be 200 OK as a send receive, and then there will be acknowledgement from Bob to Alice. So as you can see, it re-invite changes the IP address focus of RTP to conferencing resource. So earlier you can say you can use two methods, send receive or the 0.0.0.0. So once it was 0.0.0.0, it is just re-inviting the session, and it will just give the conferencing resource IP so that Alice can talk as well. Alice will connect with the conference resource. Bob will connect with the conference resource, and Carol will connect with the conference resource so that all three parties can talk with each other via conference resource. So after this acknowledgement, session 1 reestablished to the conference resource 1. So now Alice is already connected with the conference resource. Bob is already connected as a session 2, and the Carol is also connected with the conference resource as a session 2B. So now there is a three-way conference already established. Okay, now we will discuss about the unsupported codecs as well here. So there will be, first we can see there is a invite message with the G711 codec to the SIP proxy server. Then it is a SIP proxy server is sending the G711 message to the Bob, and Bob is saying like, I don't have the G711, so that's why Bob is saying 488 not acceptable here. So Bob is not accepting this codec because he doesn't have anything. Message body contains acceptable codec, that is G729. So Bob will show in the 488 and it will show in the message body that I only have G729. That's why I'm unable to accept this G711. And then SIP proxy server will send 488 not acceptable here to the Alice. And then there will be an acknowledgement from Alice to Bob. Then Alice will send an invite message with the G729 because Bob already sent in the message body itself in the 488, like I have only G729. So it will send the G729 from Alice to the SIP proxy server, and then SIP proxy server will send it to the Bob. And then Bob will send the 200 okay because he is already having G729. So 200 okay, the sessions is there, acknowledgement, and then session will establish. So as you can see, Alice invites Bob to a session offering G711. Bob's viewer doesn't understand G711 but can do just G729. So Bob will send 488 error message which contains other codecs it supports. And then Alice invites Bob again offering G729, which Bob's UA accepts, as we already discussed about it. Let's discuss about the busy, like called party is busy. Okay, so there is an invite message from Alice to the SIP proxy server first, and then there will be an invite message from SIP proxy server to the cold party, that is Bob. So as of now, we are assuming like Bob is talking to the another person, that is Dave, is in our example. So Bob is talking to Dave right now. Then Bob will send a message like 486 message busy here, 486 busy here. Like Bob is saying, I am already on the call with someone else, so I am busy right now. So Bob will send the 486 busy here message to the SIP proxy server, and then SIP proxy server will send it to the Alice. So it will just send an acknowledgement. Here you can see Alice invites Bob to a session. Okay, Alice invites Bob to a session. Bob is on the phone with Dave, and then Bob's user agent responds with a busy here indication. So there is a general rule of thumb. Respond with a 486 busy here if UAS cannot or currently not willing to take a call, then you will get a 486 message. Another one, respond with the 600. The 600 response you will get when is busy everywhere. So if the UAS knows no other end system will answer, so then it will send the busy everywhere. Then there is a response with 488 not acceptable if UAS is rejecting the offer, and it will show you why I am rejecting the offer. So it will send the 488 not acceptable here. Then we have another example, that is call forward busy no answer. So it means when someone is busy, like on the previous slide, Bob was busy talking to Dave and it just sent a 486 message like I am busy here. Now, once the Bob is busy, then it will forward, like on the busy no answer, it will forward that call to someone else, like in this example to the Bob's admin. Let's check it out. So now the first thing, Alice will send an invite to the proxy will send an invite to the Bob. Now Bob is saying I am talking to Dave right now. So it will send the 486 busy here to the proxy, and then it will just send an acknowledgement, and then that proxy will send an invite to the Bob's admin, because there is a configuration on the Bob's phone, like if I am busy, then forward my call to this number, like in this example to the Bob's admin. So Bob will send I am busy, then proxy will send an invite to the Bob's admin, like what the configuration is already there in the Bob's phone. And then proxy will send one reply to the Alice, like the user agent one, like call is getting forwarded. Earlier the call should be to the Bob. Now call is getting forwarded because proxy already sent the invite to the Bob's admin, and then proxy should respond to the Alice that the call is getting forwarded right now. So it will just send the 181 call forwarded message. Then from the Bob's admin, proxy will get 180 ringing, means that Bob's admin is available. So it will send the 180 ringing message, and then proxy will send 180 ringing to the Alice. And then Bob's admin will send 200 OK to the proxy, then 200 OK will send from proxy to the Alice, and then there will be an acknowledgement from the Alice to the Bob's admin, and then the session will establish. So that is an example for the busy. When the person is busy, no answer, like that person is busy and is unable to answer that call, then that call should forward it to the someone else, like in this case to the Bob's admin. So this configuration should be there on the Bob's phone, that if I am busy, then that call should forward it to my admin. So that is the example of the call forward busy. Next, we can take an example, like if that person is busy or not willing to take a call, then that call should go to the VM. Let's check it out. So the first one, the same invite message, proxy to the Bob. Now Bob is saying like Bob is talking to someone else, then 486 busy and acknowledgement. Then proxy will send a re-invite, like an invite, not re-invite, invite to the Bob's VM, because that configuration is already there on the Bob's phone. If I am busy, just forward my call to my voicemail. It will just send the 181 call forwarded message from proxy to the Alice. Then there will be a 200 OK from the Bob's VM. You should check it out, like there will not be a 180 ringing in this case, because call is getting forwarded to the VM. You are not getting any hearing tone, like ring. You will not get any ring. That's why that's why that 180 ringing is not there. Direct 200 OK is coming from the Bob's VM, and then proxy will send the 200 OK to the Alice, and then Alice will send the acknowledgement directly to the Bob's VM, and then the session will be established. Like you can see, it is written here, no ringing in this case. Now there's another example. So same invite message from Alice to proxy, proxy to Bob. So in this case, Bob is not answering the call. In the previous slide here, you can see in the previous slide, Bob was talking to Dave. But in this example, Bob is not talking to someone else. Bob is just not answering the call. So there is an invite to the proxy, then an invite from proxy to the Bob. Then Bob will just send 180 ringing, like you can hear the ring back tone, but Bob will not answer. So it will just proxy will send the cancel message because Bob is not answering. Then it will just acknowledge 200 OK cancel. It will then send the 487 request terminated, and then proxy will send the acknowledgement. So request is terminated from the Bob's side. Now there must be a configuration on the Bob's phone. Like if I don't answer the call, then my call should route it to the voicemail. That's the main thing. It should be there. So now there will be an invite from proxy to the Bob's VM, and then it will just reply with a 200 OK, like from Bob's VM to the proxy, and then proxy to the Alice. And then there will be an acknowledgement from Alice to the Bob's VM, and after that session will be established between these two things, these two parties, I can say. So this is the case for when Bob doesn't answer the call. So now we have next thing, that is gateway congestion. Like if one gateway is not available, or maybe the gateway is down. So there are so many scenarios. This is one of the example in that. So same thing, invite from Alice to the proxy, that is Atlanta or Biloxi, anything. Then proxy will send an invite to the gateway. So proxy send an invite to the gateway. Then there is a condition, like we are taking the example in which first gateway ports, like all ports of first gateway are already utilized. So here you can say you have two gateways and that call is going to the first gateway first, and then it will just say like my all ports are utilized. Now you need to see what you need to do right now. That depends on your configuration. Like first, if first gateway is not available, then what that call should do. Either it should disconnect or should route it to another gateway and all. That depends on your configuration. So right now, gateway 1 is saying my all ports are utilized. Like it is saying 503 service unavailable. Like I am not available to take that call to forward it to someone else, like on the PSTN or any other. So it will just send a 503 service unavailable, and then proxy will just send an acknowledgement. Then if you have another gateway installed in your installed in your environment, or I can say the configuration is already there on your end, then it will just send an invite to the another gateway, that is gateway 2. Right now you can see my example. Then that gateway will send 180 ringing, like okay, I'm available right now. Then the same 180 ringing from proxy server to the Alice, and then there will be 200 okay messages. And after that, there will be an acknowledgement from Alice to gateway 2. After acknowledgement, there will be a session established. So this was the example for gateway. Like if all the pods of that gateway is already utilized, then what you need to do with that code. So as of now, I can say from the SIP session, so the slides are completed right now. But yeah, we are left with the live scenarios. I can say the live traces. So I need to discuss those live traces in detail in my next sessions. I will surely discuss about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this SIP session till now, and I hope you really liked this video. And if you liked it, please like and share it with your friends and colleagues so that they can also check it out. They can also learn about the SIP things. And if you really want to see my another videos on SIP environment, SIP protocol, or the Cisco VoIP environment, Cisco videos, then please subscribe my channel, and then you will be able to see the notification if you just press the bell icon for the all notifications, so that you can just get the notification of all my upcoming videos. Thank you.